Hi everyone, welcome to the month ahead reading. This is for the month of September 2022. This is for the astrology for the month ahead, the astrology forecast, as well as the card reading for every sign. So if you want to go straight to the card reading, the timestamps are under the video description, in the video description, and you can go straight to that if you want to. But if you're interested in astrology and if you're interested in energy and what the influence for the month of September, what the influences for the month of September are going to be like, listen to the first part of the reading where I talk about all that, because you'll get a bit of a heads up on, you know, the type of energy that we're dealing with for the month of September. Okay, so I'm going to get straight into it with the energy. So for September, we go into, starting from the 6th of September, Venus moves into Virgo. So this energy, you know, it's kind of focused more on, when Venus is in Virgo, or when it comes to love, it's focused more on ticking boxes and having discernment and making sure that the situation of love and relationships in your life feels right to you. You know, it's like, does this feel right, or am I just kind of going with something that, you know, is causing me anxiety or is causing me stress? You know, those kind of questions. So if you're already in a relationship, it's going to be a little bit different. Venus in Virgo, if you're already in a relationship, it can be, you know, helping each other in some way, supporting each other, acts of service for, you know, for one another, giving, taking care of another, doing very practical things, practical details, organizing things together. If you're, you know, either sort of in an uncertain situation in love or looking for love, it's honestly, Venus in Virgo can be a bit of a downer for love, for those looking for love, because you tend to be very critical, as you know, you tend to be, when you're looking for love and Venus is in Virgo, you're more critical of, you know, potential partners. Okay, so you tend to see the flaws more, unfortunately. So something to be aware of, you know, like if you're aware, okay, Venus is in Virgo, I'm going to be more critical, I'm going to be more picky about what I want. Nothing wrong with that, right? But if you're trying to sort of go with the flow and just push your anxiety to the side, it can be a bit difficult, can be a bit challenging. So because the reason why Venus is in Virgo is a very cerebral energy, it's more logical, and it's more about the details of and the facts of the matter. You know, it's an earth sign, it's ruled by Mercury, it involves the mind. We can be feeling very analytical about love from the 6th of September. So even, you know, for those in a relationship, you might be feeling more critical towards your partner. So just, again, be aware of it. It's good to know the energies are there. It's good energy, however, for health, work and routine. So, you know, looking after your health, eating healthier, you can be more aware of the details of what you're putting into the body and things like that. It's great for things like having a new exercise routine, starting yoga, doing things like adding things to your routine that are going to benefit you or help improve your health. Keyword for Virgo is improving or improvement. You know, Virgo energy is about trying to improve, detoxify, purify, cleanse, all that kind of stuff. So all those things can come into being. Venus in Virgo can relate to pets as well, so there might be more focus on connection with, you know, small pets, animals, looking after animals, the health of your pets, things of that nature. So Venus will be in Virgo until the 30th of September, so practically all month from the 6th to the 30th. And it's also good for, let me just add, Venus in Virgo is very good for organizing things in your home, like decluttering, reorganizing cabinets, you know, your pantry, things of that nature, throwing things out or selling things that you don't need, that take up space, purifying, you know, think purifying and improving. That's the energy you're dealing with Venus in Virgo. And it's very practical, it's very no nonsense. Which, you know, it can be a good thing. Anyone that's got earth in their chart, I've got a lot of earth in my chart, will like this energy, because it actually feels productive. It feels like you're making progress with something, especially if you're doing something creative as well, or, you know, you can organize your work stuff, or if you've got, you know, creative space, you can get it really organized, and it's a good time to really focus on those things, anything creative, work and health related. Okay, so then the next thing, Mars will be in Gemini all of this month, obviously, and all for the rest of the year into next year. So with Mars in Gemini, it does create a square aspect with the Virgo energy. So it can bring in a little bit of anxiety, a bit of tension. And again, this focus on, you know, Gemini is ruled by Mercury as well, just like Virgo is. So again, it brings in this energy of the mind and analysis and overthinking. So if you find yourself overthinking this month, you know, based on the energies, it would be quite normal. But it's also this sort of energy of oh, it's just very cerebral energy, let's just say. So the next thing I have to mention is that Mercury goes retrograde this month. Okay, so Mercury will start retrograding from the 9th of September, and that will be in the sign of Libra. It'll go back from 8 degrees of Libra to 0 degrees of Libra, and then it will switch over to Virgo from 29 degrees to 24 degrees of Virgo. So it'll actually go direct on the 2nd of October. So the Mercury retrograde period is essentially from the 9th of September through to the 2nd of October. During the Mercury retrograde, if you're not familiar with that, a lot of people know about Mercury retrograde, but if you're not familiar with that, it can cause confusion in communications. So having extra clear communications is important during that time. Be careful not to misplace items, especially small items, especially because it's going to be in Virgo, you know, after around the 23rd of September. And with Virgo, it's like pay attention to the details at work, especially because there can be things that if you're rushing, you make mistakes or you overlook, or double checking information can be helpful during the Mercury retrograde. It is a time we tend to reevaluate situations in our life to some degree, because it's partly in Libra as well. It could be related to relationships or even friendships. So there can be some overthinking or overanalyzing energy, or kind of reevaluating your relationships can definitely be a thing for this Mercury retrograde period. For some people, you can also be hearing from, you know, an ex. That's very common in the Mercury retrograde, or hearing from a friend that you've not heard from or spoken to, or bumping into someone randomly that you've not seen for a while or that you've been thinking of. So all those things are typical with Mercury retrograde, but also common is sort of like technical glitches with phones and computers. That's common. Printers, things like that can play up around that time. But as I said, it goes direct from the 2nd of October next month. So what's the other thing? So with the energy this month, it looks like a lot of overthinking energy, a little bit of anxiety with a lot of Virgo energy. We're still in Virgo season until the 24th, when the sun moves into Libra. So yeah, from the 24th to the 29th, that is not the best energy for relationships during that time, because the sun will be in Libra, which is a fall position, and then Venus will also be in Virgo, which is also a fall position, meaning in astrology, if you don't know the terminology, fall position, F-A-L-L, sounds like I'm saying fall, but it's fall, for certain placements is not, well, it's difficult energy. So for the sun to be in Libra, it's challenging energy for relationships, okay? And so what I'm seeing here, between the 24th and the 29th, the sun is in fall and Venus is in fall, and sun being in Libra and then Venus in Virgo. Relationship is going to be difficult for that week. Don't expect too much of your relationships. I wouldn't put too much pressure on yourself around relationships between the 24th to the 29th. Some people may come to some kind of decision about their relationships then, because if you've been feeling the pressure or difficulty in a situation for too long and you've kind of had enough, that could be a bit of an energy. And even around the new moon in Libra, which we're having on the 25th of September, there can feel like almost this pressure to make a decision. But I would say take your time with a decision, because of the fact that with Libra, we've got to weigh things out. We've got to really look at pros and cons. And, you know, for some people that are really going through it in relationships, you might even want to make a list of pros and cons about your relationship. And look at that list. Are the cons, you know, way longer than the pros? You know, giving yourself some objectivity about your relationship. There is a really strong focus for relationships anyway, and challenges. But there's the new moon in Libra on the 25th of September. I would say don't rush decisions, but focus on where you find peace and harmony in your life, where you have a sense of creative focus that gives you a sense of peace or contentment. And then on the 30th, Venus enters Libra, which is actually a better energy for Venus to be in. It's its home sign. So Venus is in its home sign in Taurus and Libra. And so this will bring a bit more of a sense of, okay, well, I'm going to find the balance now. So I think by the end of the month, things do shift into a different direction with relationships. So there might be some tension during the month. Okay. So those were the main things that I wanted to mention for this month of September with the astrology. Now I'm going to be doing the cards for each sign, obviously starting with Aries. So we'll just make sure. I've got 4 decks here. I've got the Golden Universal Tarot, the Black Moon Astrology cards. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle, by Colette Baron Reed, and this one's by Stacey DeMarco. It's the Divine Animals Oracle. So I'll be using all of these, and I'm using the Astro Dice like I normally do. If you'd like to book a reading with me, the link will be below the video to my online store. If you're in Sydney, you can book an in-person reading. I'm located at a shop in Sydney, so you can contact me by Instagram or my email, or even through my online store about that if you're interested. Okay, so let's look at Aries for the month of September. Okay, so what's going on with the Aries people? Ooh, we have a card that's popping out. The Knight of Cups. Some romantic relationship energy is present. Okay, let's see what else. I'll get an astrology card next. Aries for September. What's coming up? Ooh. Oh, your ruling planet. Just love it. Mars. Wow. Interesting. So this is very strong energy because this is about romance. And then we have Mars, which is about sexuality. Has the number 5 here, with the 5th house is about romance and, you know, lust, kind of sexual expression. Could be something interesting going on in your love life, Aries. Could be a lot of activity in your love life. For some Aries, this is really nice energy. This is like reconnecting with somebody, or connecting with somebody that you have a strong, passionate connection with. Can be, you know, looks like things are spicing up for some Aries people in the month of September. Good for you. All right, let's see what else. What's the animal message? Oh wow, just jumped out. Ooh, the Jackal 44. This is a very intense energy. It says truth. So in true Aries style, some of you are going to be really speaking your truth in the month of September, and there might be some intense communications happening. Okay. 44, its 4s are about security and stability, but it's double. So it's 44 is 8. So that's about transformation, passion, intensity. This can sometimes be a bit of a confronting energy, the Jackal. So there could be, you know, for some Aries, some confronting energy in your life, in some, you know, in some way, in your relationships or with people around you. This energy for some could be, if this is not, for some of you, not a relationship energy around you, this can be your energy feeling very intense, okay? Feeling very direct and very passionate, which, you know, that's typical Aries stuff, being very direct and very passionate, but it sort of seems like it's very heightened to me by looking at this. Some of you, if there's been a relationship that's had tension in it, this could be sort of a peak of intensity. You have, just hold up to the camera, you have To Be Fair, which is about balance, and she's holding the scales there. So interesting, because there's a new moon in Libra this month, which is towards the end of the month, around the 25th. This could be some kind of important development around that date for you guys, okay, in your opposite sign. So trying to find balance in relationships looks like the energy here. And it's 3 and 8, which is 11, which is a master number. This is about self-mastery for you, learning to balance the energies within you and within your relationships, by the look of it, this month for Aries. Let's see what the Astro guys have to say for Aries. Gemini, 1st house, again with communication being very strong. The North Node, which is the nodes of destiny, which shows us some destined energy in your life this month, Aries. Gemini, you could be dealing with a Gemini, or communications could be very much in focus. The 1st house is about your path forward, your destiny, taking charge, you know. The North Node in Gemini can be overthinking a lot of things as well. As I said, could be dealing with a Gemini. But the 1st house is like, you know, what are we doing as a couple? What am I doing? If you're in a relationship, what am I doing myself as an individual for my life? What are my plans? And a lot of thinking about your future plans. That's what I'm seeing here. And making things happen, not just overthinking, but actually making things happen, taking action, because we have the Mars energy here, which is about making stuff happen, not forcing things. Even though it says force, Mars can be too forceful energy sometimes, can be overly pushy. But when it's in, you know, Aries, it's actually very well placed with Aries Sun people. You've got a very strong placement there. You can use that energy to, you know, activate your free will, which is what it's talking about here. It's your free will, and using your free will to speak your truth this month, to take action, to make things happen that are that they're aligned to your personal truth and what you feel you need and what you want for your life. Okay, that's Aries. Let's go to Taurus now. Okay. Okay, Taurus, let's see what's coming up from my fellow Taurians. Taurus for September. We have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, and let's get you another card. Page of Pentacles is about like a new beginning to do with business, work, new ventures, new job for some, new direction, new projects, new focus. And I heard follow your inspiration, Taurus. So, you know, that's going to be important for you. It's where you're feeling the energy. Speaking of feeling energy, I wasn't feeling any of those cards just then. Here we go. Something's jumping out. Oh, wow. The 12th house. I just said inspiration. The 12th house is actually, it's the Neptune ruled Pisces house. It is the house of inspiration. It's also the house of escape, but many other things as well. So I'm getting from this like a lot of creative energy, time spent alone to really think through what you want to achieve, what you want to do creatively, creative projects. I'm really getting that very strongly, but creative projects that can have some fulfillment financially for you as well. This is also saying you may need time alone this month. You might feel like retreating. You might not feel super social for most of the month. You might feel more like, you know what, I just want to focus on my own stuff, my work, my routine, my health, my personal projects. And I'm kind of getting you not feeling super relationship focused, or you don't want to be drained by others this month, Taurus, is what I'm getting. Interesting, unfinished symphony, and it's number 1. So this could be either to do with something going on in your life that you've sensed there's some unfinished business around. It can also be to do with something that you've been working on that's not completed, that you're aware that you want to complete this month or put some efforts towards completing. Because the 1 here is about a new beginning that's kind of pending for you as well. Let's get you an animal card. Taurus, September. Tarantula, connection. Interesting. So this is number 13, which is 4. Interesting. So there might be a relationship around you that you've kind of felt stuck or trapped in some way by it, or that you're just not sure. There's some kind of confusion. It's interesting because it's like she's she's kind of like compelled towards the tarantulas, but it's also like, well, what is she really doing here? So there could be for some Tauruses a situation in your life, whether it's a relationship or a job or something, where you're just kind of unsure about it. You know, you're just compelled towards either remaining in a situation, or you feel a bit stuck. See how she's kind of covered by the webs? You feel a bit stuck, and it's something to do with some sense of security or comfort even, or stability. Let's see what the Astro Dice has to say. Taurus for September. Gemini again. Aries had Gemini. Wow, you have the 12th house coming up, which is the same as the card. I love it when the synchronicities like that happen. Jupiter, Gemini, 12th house. A lot of overthinking, but also a lot of imagination energy here. A lot of potential to create. Your imagination is super fertile this month, Taurus. There's a lot you can do with ideas, inspiration, like I said in the beginning. But there's also something to do with relationship energy, or could be some element of fantasy or escapism, feeling stuck with something. But you have Jupiter here. Jupiter is a protection energy. So even if there's been something that you've been anxious about with this card that you sort of feel stuck in but you're not sure about, you do have protection around you here, which is good. You have spiritual protection with Jupiter in the 12th house. It's kind of considered that energy as like a guardian angel energy. We all have a guardian angel, but for this particular reading, it's saying there's something, if it's been giving you anxiety, know that your intuition and your instinct is protecting you. Okay, so that's a really strong message. So your intuition, your instinct is protecting you, maybe also protected by spirit around a situation. Some Taurians might be dealing with a Gemini, or there could be a Gemini in your life. There could be communications with people of a spiritual or creative background or nature. So you might be getting healing done this month. You might be talking to people about more spiritual topics, or delving into spiritual topics or creative areas or projects. and finishing something that you've kind of left undone in some way or you haven't completed is what I'm seeing for Taurus. Very interesting. Okay. Next is Gemini. Okay, Gemini, let's see. Oops, too many cards flipped over then. I did see the Emperor. I wonder if that comes out. No. Oh, you have the Ace of Pentacles. That's a fantastic card, Gemini. So you guys have got some extra money coming in, or you're starting something new, a new path that really has a strong destiny aspect to it that is going to be fulfilling to you in some way. What a great card. I love that card. So money coming in, abundance, prosperity, a new job opportunity that can be very positive for you. Solid offer as well. So if there's an offer coming, Gemini, it's something solid for you. So that's good. Let's see what is in the Astro cards for Gemini September. You have 7th house, partners. Wow. So this is about relationships very strongly and about partnerships. And you might be thinking about doing something new in a relationship, like planning travel, or if you're in a relationship, you might be discussing certain things with your partner. And there's something to do with a new beginning related to that. It could be, you know, thinking about a job that you want to take, or a new start financially somehow that involves your partner or that you want to discuss with your partner. It's a 4 on this one, which is about home life, security and stability and finances. Comes up very strongly. And yeah, discussing things. And if you're not in a relationship, this could be a new relationship for someone, some Geminis out there, because it's a very strong energy indicating that. Keep in mind, these are general readings, not a personal reading, obviously. So take what makes sense to you. If you also want to check for your rising or moon sign, you can check the reading for that as well. All right, let's see, Gemini people, what comes up with the next message. Higher power, 4, another 4. Wow. How interesting. This happens a lot in these readings. There's a lot of synchronicities with the numbers. So 31 with 4, and you have 4 here as well. So 4, again, it's about security, stability, but you have higher power here. So your intuition is quite strong this month, Gemini. Your guides are really communicating with you in some way, whether it's through your dreams, through your higher ideas that are popping in just out of nowhere. They're trying to help guide you to the right path and to some kind of new beginning. I have to say the cards look really nice for Gemini this month. Let's see what else for Gemini for September. Something at the back here. Sea Turtle 8. What does it say? It says stability. That's unbelievable. Look at that tiny writing. I don't know if you can see it. Just above the word sea turtle, it says stability right there. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, which is amazing to me because the 4, like I said, it's about stability and security. You have 2 cards with the 4. The turtle energy is interesting because it's like going slow and steady, not rushing things at this time, not rushing decisions, but there will be a time where the energy picks up for you. Turtles can actually, people think turtles are like super slow, but they actually can swim super fast once they pick up, you know, pace. I think they're slower on land, but once they go into the water, they're actually quite fast. The 8 is also about finances, and you have this card about finances as well. So interesting. And let's see what the Astro dice say for Gemini. These cards are really nice too. The Sea Turtle also with the higher power card, it's also about, again, like your intuition, your gut feeling, your instinct. You know, listen to your gut feeling this month, Gemini. It's so easy for Geminis to be, you know, in their heads, always overthinking, and that's a natural thing for Geminis. They're big thinkers, but it's almost like that energy is overly revved up this month with all the Mercury ruled energy in the sky, with Venus in Virgo, Mars in Gemini. You're really overthinking stuff. So Spirit's saying tap into your higher intuition and your instinct, your feeling level, to check in with yourself about, you know, your ideas. And I feel like you're going to be listening to your intuition despite the over chatty mind this month. That's what I'm getting. Jupiter, nice. Wow, it actually went 10th house, but then it rolled to the 2nd house. So there's definitely something about finances, because Jupiter in the 2nd house is about money coming in from work or a new job situation or job offers. Comes up twice, several times now. Libra, again, the 7th house is partnerships. Libra is the 7th house, the sign that rules the 7th house. So double message here. Focus on relationships. There's a big focus on relationships, balance in your relationships, love, partnerships, working with others in some way, whether it's in the job situation or in your relationship life. there's a chance to bring in more money somehow this month as well. It's a very strong message here for Gemini, so that's very positive. Okay. Let's see what's next. So we're doing sign of Cancer next. I'm just going to put some of the cards back because I need to do that. Just bear with me a second. Okay. All right, Cancerians. Oh, the Emperor. That flicked over for when I was doing the Gemini reading, but didn't actually come out. But now here it is for Cancer. So you have, this can be, you know, a boss. It can be an authority figure. It can be you stepping into your authority more, taking charge of your life in some way, in a particular way. I feel like I'm getting work focus with this. And for some, it can be a father energy or a father figure as well. So there can be a focus on all those things that I just mentioned this month. Let's see what comes up for Cancer for September. This one was getting my attention. Oh, that came out for Gemini. How funny. So 7th house partnership. Wow. So yes, it's your relationship with others based on either bosses, parent figures, older people, or how you relate with others in the workplace. Can be that as well. Let me see what else. I am getting a grandfather energy coming through for someone who's a Cancerian, so I do feel that quite strongly. Like there might be something to do with a grandfather in spirit or someone in the family, you know, that's related to something been happening with an older male, either father or grandfather energy. Yeah, it's interesting because this is a 4 and that's also a 4. So 4 is, you know, even though this is 7th house relationships, 4s are related to family, stability, you know, the structures of your life and where you have stability. So there's going to be a big focus on that. So you might be saving money for the future as well. You have Wolverine and it says fierceness. It's a number 5. So this is a really interesting energy. It's very strong and it's kind of like not typical Cancerian energy. It makes me think more of Leo, but you might be a Cancerian with Leo energy in your chart. It makes me feel like Mars energy. This is about defending yourself and protecting yourself in some way or standing up for yourself. Okay, so you might feel that there's certain things going on where you have to protect your energy, stand your ground. I'm just really drawn to the shield with the sword. Like this person's just ready to, you know, stand their ground and have to fight if they have to. So I'm not saying that you're going to be doing anything physical, like as in fighting anyone. Hopefully not. It's more like just energetically standing your ground and protecting yourself from people around you that might have a lower vibration or that have aggressive or angry energy, or just people that you just, their energy's a bit off for you and you're just like, I don't really want to deal with that, you know. And so you can always call on Archangel Michael if you feel that there's weird energies around you this month. There might be some gossipy energy or people that are just really negative, so just protect your energy. Let's see what else you've got. Wow, I love this. Interesting, you have go the distance. So this is saying to you, do not give up on your current path. Keep going. And this is if you have that intuition to do so, to stand strong, to keep going. This is just determination energy is what I'm getting. 7 and 4. It's an 11, which is a master number. So this is about self-mastery for you, a lesson that you're learning at this time for this month for your inner strength. Let's see what the Astro Dice have to say for Cancer. Virgo, which is work. Ooh, Pluto. Pluto, Virgo, 8th house is kind of intense energy. You know, it can, I just heard the word scrutiny. So something or someone may be coming under scrutiny this month, or you may be scrutinizing or analyzing a situation. You may feel like you have to protect your energy with Pluto in the 8th house. You may feel very sensitive to the energies around you, hence this card as well. So protect your energy, but you're also feeling very determined in the workplace as well. So if there's stuff going on at work, you're feeling very determined. You're feeling like you are standing in your own power, and that's a good thing. Let me just see if there's anything else. I do feel a lot of testing energies in terms of workplace situations or authority figures. Okay, I feel like relationships, like romantic relationships, are actually okay. I feel like there's a bit better energy there. you might feel a lot of pressure with work, or that there's a lot that you have to be across with work situations. I keep getting work, work, work. So there might be a lot of work going on. You might be extra busy, Cancerians. With Virgo can be about like helping others as well. So there might be things where you have to step up and help others, or put your money or resources towards something related to health, work, study, learning, or helping others in some way. Okay, I'll leave it there for Cancerians. All right, so Leo's next. All right, what's coming up for Leo for September? Leo. This one. Oh, Taurus had that card. That's the Page of Pentacles. So some kind of new path, new energy. It can be a job offer, or a new opportunity, or a new project, or something that you want to work on that's very practical. Okay. Some Leos might be looking for a new job as well, and this is a positive card for that if you are one of those Leos. Let's see what else comes up for Leo for September. Oh, you have Virgo. I analyze. So you're feeling very analytical with Venus in Virgo this month. So this is to do with your relationship energy is what I'm feeling. You might be having a lot of thoughts going on internally that you're kind of keeping to yourself, Leo, about either relationships or situations of importance in your life. It might be a good idea for you to journal if you feel like you're overthinking this month, Leo. It can also indicate, again, new work situations for some Leos, new opportunities with work, or a change in your work situation, like leaving one job, starting a new job, leaving one position, starting a new position. That's a really nice card. You have Milk and Honey, which is 6. So this is a very peaceful energy. Rainbow symbolizes new beginnings. There's something about children here. So if you have children, or there are children in your life, like nieces, nephews, there's a really positive energy around that, I feel. Just purely intuitively getting that. There could be some really nice times had with family this month as well. And possibly more towards the end of the month, some kind of family get together or something like that. Let's see what comes up in the animal message for Leo. You have Sea Otter Transformation. That's powerful. Ooh, so transformation, endings and new beginnings. And you do have a 9 here. So some Leos, again, might be changing your job situation in some way that's very significant, or wanting to change the way you live your life in some way, thinking about it, planning it, thinking a lot about it, even writing and journaling. Some may be having change in a relationship situation as well. Let's see what the Astro dice say. Third house communication. Virgo comes up twice. Wow. With Pluto and Virgo, there's definitely, it keeps coming up over and over. Some Leos that are watching are having a change with their job, or some kind of ending and new beginning with regards to the way you're having your daily routine work for you. So you might be changing something in your weekly routine. Say if you're a mum, you stay at home mum with your kids, and the kids are going to daycare now, and you're going to start a new project with work. It could be something like that. Or you're sick of your job and you're like, this is the month, I'm gonna do it, you know, because with so much Virgo in this Page of Pentacles, definitely can indicate a new beginning. But again, you know, if this would be something, if you're doing that, you've already been thinking about it. Pluto is endings in Virgo. It could be the end of a job situation for some, but I just see with this card that there's something replacing it. And this is a very positive energy here as well. The transformation card also speaks of significant change for Leo. So third house is about ideas, new ideas, also your contacts and communications, keeping the contacts flowing. So obviously if you're looking for a new job, you want to make sure that you're connecting with others and you're utilizing your contacts, you're emailing, you're making phone calls, you're doing what you're meant to be doing. That's important because it's come up. This is saying, you know, very positive energy. So a lot to be grateful for in the month of September, and to focus on gratitude and the things that are working out for you. But you're undergoing a huge change, Leo, this month, based on what I'm seeing here. Again, if that does not resonate for you, check your rising or moon sign reading. The timestamps are under the video. These are general readings, so you have to factor that in as well. All right, so Virgo, let's see what comes up for Virgo this month. This one wanted to jump out. This is the 5 of Wands. Okay, 5 of Wands is about some obstacles or delays. Okay, so that can be around anything to do with work, or feeling like things are slow to get where you want to be. Mercury retrograde. Oh, that's hilarious, because Mercury is retrograde, as we said, but not only that, it's actually Mercury retrograde in your sign. So that's even, I love the synchronicity that happens with readings. It's just unbelievable. For the Mercury retrograde card to come up for Virgo is extra cool and spooky, because the Mercury retrograde is partly in Virgo and in Libra as well. So this is obviously going to have a big influence on the Virgos with Mercury retrograde in your sign. It can be actually positive for you. It can be something comes back to you that, you know, maybe you lost something that you were looking for and it comes back to you, or maybe you, apologies Virgos, it cut out, so I was just in the middle of saying, and then I pulled another card and it just didn't record that, so I'll go over that in a second. So I was just saying something could come back to you in terms of some news, you know, something that you've been waiting to hear about. Definitely could come through in September, or you could hear from somebody, you know, in regards to something relationship related, or hearing from someone where there's some kind of information or connection that comes back to you in some way. Then I pulled and again, sorry, I apologize, the camera cut out, the owl card, which says wisdom. Okay, it's number 4, which is about your inner sense of security emotionally and your stability as well in your life. And the owl is about really trusting your instinct and your intuition this month. Okay, so that's a really strong message. Also pay attention to anything connected with birds, like bird signs, bird messages is what I'm getting. Let's see what comes up from the Wisdom Oracle for Virgo. This one's popping out. Oh, how funny, I just said pay attention to birds. Then we have the, oh gosh, what are they called? Oh, I've got a mental blank. These beautiful birds. What are those called? Flamingos, of course, flamingos. Wow, I love this card. It's got like a really amazing energy to it. It's showing, you know, it's kind of, it says between worlds. It's a 3. 3s are about communication, but it's very grey, dull energy, and coming into this beautiful, you know, colorful energy, this high vibrational frequency. So you might feel, Virgos, that this month you're transitioning between this kind of heavier energy and coming into more of an optimistic energy at some point of the month. So what I want to say is, if the month starts off difficult, or if there's an aspect of this month that you go through something difficult, just know that you're going to come through that and you're going to feel uplifted again. I do feel it's a very positive message here. 3s are about important communications, and with the Mercury retrograde, I did say, you know, there could be something very important that you hear about or significant to you personally in a relationship, or with regards to a job situation, or something that you've just been waiting on. You know, it could be a creative project, could be anything. These are general readings, but I definitely feel for Virgos there's some news coming back with the Mercury retrograde card coming back. You know, with that happening this month as well, it's super significant that it's come up in your reading for you. So expect some news, something to come back to you. You know, it could be related to anything, but I feel like it's very, very significant. Let's look at the astro dice. We have Taurus and the 11th house, friendship, and Neptune. If you've been wanting to do something creative or connect more with regards to friends or friendship groups, this is a really positive energy for that, Virgo. If you've been thinking about wanting to manifest a project or something that you want to fulfill a wish in some way, you might feel this month that the energy is more flowing for that. I'm getting very strongly creative projects, group, friendship, connections. There's a lot of positive energy for that this month for you guys. Okay, let's move on now to Libra. All right, Libra, what's happening for you guys this month? You guys have the new moon in Libra at the end of the month, around the 25th, 26th. So that's going to be some kind of new beginning energy. Let's see. Oh, wow. Speaking of new beginnings, you have the Judgment card, which is all about a deep transformation going on, an awakening going on for you. I apologize if my camera is slightly crooked. I did have to reattach it when it cut out before, and I might have put it back crooked. But anyway, Libra, this is Pluto energy. So if there's something going on for you in relationships, there's some significant change around you. This is very destined energy. This is deep. You know, Pluto goes deep. It's like going deep into the deepest parts of your psyche to heal and to come out, you know, more aware, more awakened. So let's see what this is to do with, if we can get a card to go with that, because the Judgment card's a very powerful card. It's telling you you're going through some kind of awakening at this time, and there's a lot of change. And when we get the Judgment card, you know, it indicates we're going through something that's going to change us, and that can be a good thing. It can be, you know, sometimes difficult, because Pluto isn't, let's not sugarcoat Pluto. Pluto is not always easy, that's for sure. It does help us empower ourselves, and it's about personal empowerment. But we usually have to go through something to get that personal empowerment, and it makes us stronger, you know. This is deep. It says moon and soul. It is a number 2, which is about relationships, very Libra orientated themes here. So, you know, you're trying to align more with your true authentic self in some way in the month of September. You're going to be very aware of this. This could be something that factors in with your relationships, factors in with your work, factors in with your life path in some way. But you want to feel more connected to your soul as you go about your life. So this is what's going to be on your mind. And this is what's going to be in your awareness. This one's jumping, so I'm going to grab it. You have owl. So Virgo's also had the owl. This is interesting because it's about wisdom. So again, it's a number 4. So 4s are about your sense of authenticity, security, and stability within your own self. This is about trusting your wiser self, okay? The deeper part of yourself that knows the truth. Owls see through, you know, they can see in the darkness, they see through the night, and that's very symbolic of being very awakened in your subconscious, or that your subconscious is kind of stirring very strongly, which would relate to the Pluto themed tarot card, the Judgment card there. Interesting. So it's kind of, you know, this is very deep energy. This could be very different for obviously different Librans watching. Excuse me. But these are not light energies so far. These are very intense energies, and it doesn't mean it's negative though. So I don't want you to think that, because Librans do like to keep things kind of light, but this is like going deeper into your psyche. This one's popping out. Time for a nap. It's funny. Gosh, poor Librans have been going through it, I tell you. This is saying take time out for yourself, because things are very intense. There's a lot brewing in your subconscious, and there's a lot coming up for you. And you might just need time to pull your energy away from others. So, you know, Librans are very other orientated, just so that you can regroup. You know, the little fox is sleeping on the moon. It's such a tranquil energy. I do feel as we get later into the month with a new moon in Libra, and then Venus moves into Libra, you're going to feel much better towards the end of the month of September when Venus is in your sign. It's going to be much more harmonious. You're going to feel like more content, more peaceful. There is some hard work in September, but I don't think that's any surprise to a lot of Librans watching. But by the end of the month, you'll be able to sort of pull back energy and have more relaxation time for yourself to just kind of detach a little bit and just be more of a content, peaceful zone. Let's see what the Astrology say. Well, you got the moon again. I love the synchronicity. So you have moon and moon. So, wow, you're really listening to your instinct and your emotions, and you're really trusting your inner wisdom. You did have the wisdom card with the owl. You're trusting that a lot, and that's good to see, because Librans can get stuck in this dual thinking, this back and forth. And, you know, this is saying you need to honor your intuition first and foremost this month, especially when it comes to your relationships, Libra. Gemini, duality. Yep, coming out of the mind, out of duality. 6th house is work. Okay, so you could be extremely busy balancing different factors of your working life. With Gemini in the 6th house come up here, it's like you've got a lot of demands on you this month. You've got a lot going on. By the end of the month, you're going to want to really retreat and have a couple of days off, or a day off, or even a week off, or whatever you can do to just pull your energy right back and just be more in a sense of peace. It's a really busy month for Librans by the looks of it. A lot of stuff going on with work. A lot going on within you as well that you're trying to sort through, and you're really, the soul card and the moon card show your intuition is going to another level. You are going through sort of a peak, especially with this card as well. You're awakening to another level of understanding your own intuition, Libra. So it's quite powerful for trusting your gut feeling and having faith in that this month. I feel like that's a really strong message that just repeated itself quite strongly with all the cards in the Astro Dice. All right, so let's look at Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, let's see what's going on for you guys. Scorpio for the month of September. Ooh, jumping card. How interesting. Water sign female. So this is Queen of Cups. It's usually Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So this would represent if you're a female Scorpio watching this, or you could be dealing with someone that has Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer in their astrology. I am hearing for some of you this is like some kind of connection with a mother figure. Lioness, protection. What an amazing card to have. Wow. So Scorpio, you do need to protect your energy a bit more is what I'm getting. And you might feel, some Scorpios might have Leo placements in their chart with this card coming up, I have to say. You might feel a little bit fierce, a little bit protective of yourself at this time, which would be a good thing. Protecting your energy can mean not giving away too much energy to others. It's not so much, you know, just a defensive stance in a sense energetically. It's also making sure that you're not overreaching with others. So this could be just a natural feeling that you have with Venus going to Virgo. You might be feeling more self-contained this month in some way. Let's look at the astrology card and see what else comes up. This energy, I'm getting like protective mama energy with this. So if you have a child, or if you are a mother, or there could be something with your own mother, you could be feeling a bit protective this month in some way. Let's see what else for Scorpio comes up for September. Oh gosh, you have 8th house, which is the Scorpio energy. Endings and beginnings. Wow, this is a powerful card. You know, it's such a Scorpionic Pluto card. There's a lot going on in your life, Scorpio. There's a lot of energy to do with endings and new beginnings. I do feel this is like an ego death energy for some. Okay, so it might be that you're going through some difficult things that are having you question yourself or the way you relate to others in some way. For some of you, may have some stuff coming up about past lives. Okay, with the Egyptian, the Tutankhamun. Wow, there's something about past lives. So some of you may be thinking about past lives. Or having, you know, past life regression or a dream about past life, something like that's popping through as well. It's kind of an intimidating card, but the 8th house is about going deep into things. You know, it's about going deeper this month, analyzing situations, but not so much just analyzing for the sake of, but to really get some information for yourself, to understand yourself and others. And, you know, the 8th house can also be about delving into the truth of things, like finding out what the truth of a situation is. And Scorpios are naturally good at that, but there's something very significant. There could be something for some Scorpios about mother or mother figure. Okay, so that's very strong, because this, as I said, I felt with the Queen of Cups, I was getting mother for some, obviously not all Scorpios, and then we have this intense energy here. So there could be change around a mother figure. Okay, let's look at the wisdom of the Oracle. Scorpio. Oh wow, this card keeps coming up for quite a few in the reading today. So this is a good card. You know, it's about focusing on what's positive in your life and keeping the focus positive on what you're grateful for. It's a really important message. And you might be feeling like giving in some way this month for some reason towards, you know, it might be towards one person or certain people. You might be feeling very generous, and I'm getting something to do with family as well, family connections, being grateful for, you know, something to do with the family situation. It could be, you know, if you have kids or, you know, whoever's in your life of importance. It's about appreciating that and spending your time. There could be a birthday coming up, or a party, or a gathering for some Scorpios. Let's look at the Astro dice. Capricorn. Saturn. Whoa. Oh gosh. Saturn, Capricorn, the 10th house. It's to do with parents, parental energy. It could be a mother or a father figure. Grandparent, bosses comes up as well. And also, you know, your authority and your ability to make decisions that are important. And, you know, whether that's in the workplace, or if you're a parent yourself, or if you are in a situation of authority in some way. And sorry if I just realized the cards were a little bit cut off there. This is kind of a serious, heavy energy with having Saturn, Capricorn, and the 10th house. They're all so connected. You might feel very goal-orientated this month, or it could be a little bit ruthless energy. So I do want to say watch out for that, whether that's in yourself or in others. I feel like the energies can be a little bit intense here with what I'm seeing with the Lioness, the 8th house, and this very heavy Saturn energy. I would say the message for Scorpio is focus on the positive, beautiful things in your life, and don't get too caught up in power struggles with others. If you're someone who's not like that, other people may be trying to engage in power struggles with you, or there might be issues with people in authority. Okay, that could be anyone from a parent, you know, if you've got kids at school, teachers, you know, school principals, or even, you know, other authority figures that we have to deal with sometimes, you know. So very interesting, intense energy. I think as long as you're remaining balanced and in touch with your own feelings, in your instinct, you'll be fine. If you're getting sort of too carried away in your head energy, And if you are coming up against power struggles, it could be a bit intense for you. So I would say watch out for any kind of extremes, especially with this card. All right. Interesting. All right, so next is Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what we've got for you guys for September. Sagittarius, you do have some squares going on, which is a tense energy because of the Virgo, being Virgo season, and Mars in your opposite sign in Gemini for the rest of this year. There could be a bit of tension. You're going to have to count to 10 and be patient, Sagittarius. There might be a lot of things irritating and agitating you. But I have to say it gets better towards the end of the month. Oh, that's a good energy for you. So you do have a lot of energy this month though. So your energy is quite good. Keep looking after your health and your vitality. If you've been feeling a bit low, this is saying you'll get your energy back. And this can be new beginnings in your life to do with, you know, new starts to do with passionate projects. Even can relate to love for some Sagittarians. Obviously not all. Check your rising and moon sign reading as well to see what else is going on. But I like this card because it's about passionate new beginnings. It's about new projects. If you've been working on something, some kind of new project, then this is a very good card to have. It's funny I said have, and I have with Taurus. So wow, Taurus is about creative projects. Taurus is about stability, security, and also enjoyment of the good things of life. So I would say this month of September for Sagittarius, there is an aspect of being able to enjoy the good things and indulge a little bit, maybe not too much because you are very aware of your health this month, but this is good for finances and stability and new beginnings with your finances as well. If you have any Taurians in your life, it's a positive energy. Let's see what else. You might feel like exercising more. Oh, this came up for Scorpio. Interesting, lioness. So this is a 3, and the card actually says protection. I love that. So you have protection around you this month, Sagittarius, which is really nice to know. You might be having, I'm getting for Sagittarius, there's positive energy with females around you. So whether you're female or male doesn't matter. It's support from females is what I'm getting, and there might be someone who's very protective of you that you're aware of, or someone that is watching to see your potential or what you reveal with regards to creative things, because it's a 3. 3 is creativity and communication. Also your contacts. You might be dealing with Leo and or Taurus this month, Sagittarius. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay, you have 2 cards that came out. That one literally flew out, and then you have blessed, so I have to take both. You're blessed, you got 2 extra cards, or you're an extra card. So regeneration is a bit scorpionic energy. It's about death and rebirth. So there's something changing here, and it's interesting because 46, you add that up, it's a 1, and you have a 1 here. So there's definitely a new beginning of some kind happening. Blessed is a beautiful card. It's a 22. There's something, and with the Taurus energy here, there's something really nice happening for you. Could be towards the end of the month that is bringing in some abundance, some extra support, some extra money, some extra excitement, something of that nature. Let's see what comes up with the Astro. Oh, you got Sagittarius. How funny. Sagittarius got Sagittarius. You got Mars, a lot of energy. 12th house is your spiritual life. You might be very busy with your spiritual work if you're someone that does that. You might be, with these 2, you might be publishing something. You might be writing. Sagittarius is about publishing. The 12th house is like behind the scenes work that you're doing. You might be doing something behind the scenes in some way, work related or ambition related, that not everyone knows about. You might be doing a lot of spiritual work. You might be doing a lot of creative work. You might want to travel as well. Some Sagittarius might be thinking of travel or wanting to travel, or having some time to yourself where you just get to do your own thing independently and you're kind of out of your routine for a bit at some point this month. All right, so let's see what's next. Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. Oh, jumping card straight away. Oh, you have the anxiety card. Wow, a lot of worries around Capricorn. And also you've got to watch what you're absorbing energy-wise, what you're focused on. Don't focus on the negative this month, Capricorn, because it's going to give you too much anxiety. All right, try to focus on the positive. Easier said than done, I know. But when this card jumps out like that, I'm like, Capricorns are being a bit focused on too many negative things here. A bit pessimistic. Yes, see, Virgo, I analyze. You've been overthinking, looking through the details of things. You might be researching things, but you might be getting bogged down with what you're researching. You need to take a mental break, Capricorn, this month. It's a little bit too intense here. Let's see what the animal message is for Capricorn. Does Capricorn need to know? This one's popping out. Orca. What does it say? Gosh, this writing on these cards, like, that's my only criticism. It's absolutely tiny. I cannot read what that says. I've even got my glasses on. Song lines? I think it says song lines. Okay, so paying attention to messages from songs. So if you just walk into a shopping center and you just hear a song, or if you just turn on the radio or whatever and you randomly hear a song, or a song comes up somewhere randomly, it's a message to you. Pay attention to signs from spirit, because they're trying to get a message to you. Your guides are trying to get a message to you this month. Seems pretty powerful. I feel like it's the opposite of the Virgo and the worrying energy here. It's like, trust the flow of life. Have trust in your higher path. Coming out of obsessively worrying or obsessively focused on the negative. Message in a bottle. I just said your spirit guides are trying to get a message to you. Yes, they are. That's a double confirmation. With the Orca, it's about spirit coming through your dreams or songs. This is about spirit. Also, we have birds here. You might have messages from birds or sea life, or animals that are connected to water. Spirit is trying to get a message to you. That message could be about refocusing your energies, what I'm feeling, but pay attention to your instinct. You might be having a connection with someone on the other side that's past that you know of. 12th house. See, the 12th house is the spiritual house. Aries is direct. You're getting direct message from spirit this month. The sun. Wow. And they're trying to help you with something. Very strong message about coming out of a habit of thinking negatively or focusing negatively into more tapping into your instinct. So that's a very important message. You might be doing things behind the scenes, like creative stuff, or working on something, a project behind the scenes. And that's actually very positive for you with the sun card here. Okay, so I'll leave it there for Capricorn. Okay, so next we're looking at the sign of Aquarius. Let's look at what's happening for the Aquarians for September 2022. Oops, this card just jumped out. Okay, so this is about work and sort of every day. This card is about, you know, putting in the efforts every day, going to work, you know, putting in the time to things. It can be a little bit of a feeling of boredom, though, I have to say, with this card. So if there's something in your life that is a little bit stagnant, whether it's your work situation or, you know, it could be a relationship, it could be anything, you are feeling that a little bit, Aquarius. You're feeling a little bit bored or a little bit stuck in the same kind of routine. Let's see what else comes up for Aquarius for September. Oops, this one's popping out. Wow, Leo, I will. So if you're an Aquarius rising, Leo falls on your relationship sector, which is very interesting that I'd mentioned relationships. That's for Leo rising people. Sorry, that's, what am I saying? That's for Aquarius rising people, not Leo rising people. And Aquarius sun and moon, you may not have that on that part of the chart, but for other Aquarius people, like Aquarius moon, sun, this is basically talking about something to do with love, because Leo is about the heart. It's about the truth of your heart, and it is mentioning your will and your free will. So there's something here that involves your free will in regards to relationship or boredom in a relationship or wanting change in a relationship. Wow, you have the fates. How interesting. So there is some destined change in matters of the heart, because we have Leo. For some, it could be related to your work situation. If you're feeling that your work is boring and you want to change your job and do something more creative, that could be addressing that as well. But for Aquarius, there's something to do with destiny, and it is an 8, which is related to intimacy here. So some kind of destined change is upon you in the month of September, or you're feeling that there's a strong energy of destiny around you in your relationship life in September. Let's see what comes up with the animal messages for Aquarius. I think it was Capricorn that had that as well. So this one says song lines. So it's about getting messages from spirit through music, okay, and through songs, or having a song just suddenly pop into your head out of nowhere. And it's like spirit saying, pay attention to these little messages. If you hear random, you know, say you walk into a place and you hear a random song, and you're like, oh my God, I know this song and it reminds me of so-and-so or such and such, you know, pay attention to that. Spirit wants you to pay attention to that this month. And also your intuition is going to be really speaking to you, and it's connected to your destiny in some way. Now for Aquarius, it's either relationships or work or both for some. Let's look at the astro dice, see if I can find them. Where did I put them? Oh, here they are. Let's get them out of the bag. Okay. All right, what's coming up for Aquarius for September? Capricorn, Saturn, second house. So something about finances here. Also about what you place value on and how important that is to you. So if there's someone around you, either in the workplace with Capricorn, or someone that has some kind of authority, or someone that you put a lot of importance on in terms of how much time you spend with them, and their values don't line up with yours, or the feeling of, you know, oh, they don't really understand this important thing that I care about, and they're on a totally opposite end of perspective, and it's something that keeps coming up as an issue, that could be something that you become very aware of. Another thing this could relate to for Aquarius is your financial life. So it can be that there is some hard work energy around you in September, because Saturn and Capricorn is about working very hard and saving money. The second house is about the money that we earn and making sure that you're not overspending, that you're being cautious and responsible with finances. With these energies, I'm just reading the energies. So responsibility with finances, saving money for something important, something big in the future. All right, so that's what I'm seeing for Aquarius for the month of September. And lastly, Pisces. Let's see for Pisces what is coming up. All right, Pisces, September. 7 of Swords. Okay. So the Seven of Swords can be about doing things in some way under the radar, whether that's you or someone close to you. So this is also about feeling that you cannot express your true feelings on an issue, or you feel like you're having to do things on your own and not really show what you're really feeling. It can sometimes, well, it definitely can be a card about deception. Pisces are usually pretty intuitive. So if there's someone around you that's being deceptive, this will be coming to your attention in the month of September. Let me see. I'm going to get you an astrology card, maybe to give a bit more information on what this hidden energy or deceptive energy is about for you, Pisces. Love. So something's hidden in regards to love for you in the month of September, Pisces. Do you have to say, for some Pisces, there's a deception going on. Now, whether that's you deceiving yourself in some way, Pisces, which, you know, we all know that Pisces do wear the rose-colored glasses when it comes to love. And, you know, or some people that have very strong Neptune in their chart can also have that same tendency. And it's like we don't sometimes want to see the negative side of people around us. We may sense it, we may know it's there, but we may just try to sort of turn a blind eye. This is about saying that, again, it's not going to be for every Pisces out there, but it's saying that if there's something with regards to love or a love situation that you're not seeing or that you're not wanting to see, it's going to become a bit more evident for you in the month of September. If there's a relationship where there's some kind of hidden aspect to it, that could be in focus in some way, okay, in the month of September as well. Let's look at the other message from the Wisdom of the Oracle. Pisces, please, for September. No, it's not that one. I felt this one here. TikTok. Wow. TikTok makes me think of Saturn and Capricorn. So it's about time, and there's a situation that you may be feeling, and again, this is a general reading, so it's not going to be every Pisces. If you're a Pisces and this does not relate, go and look at your moon or rising sign. But if there's a situation involving some kind of deception or some kind of escapism or some kind of energy where you're not being honest with yourself or with another person, the clock is ticking on this one, it's saying, okay? So that could mean anything, as in karmically, you know, it's coming to an end, a situation that is not satisfying because there's not enough transparency, there's not enough open communication. This can be, you know, someone is hiding their feelings about things. They might not be saying what they truly want or what they truly feel. And this is saying this situation maybe cannot sustain itself or will not be, with the TikTok card, it's like it's not going to be continuing on much longer in this vein anyway. It doesn't mean the relationship necessarily over. It might just mean it's not going to continue in this vein. This card came up for another sign as well, Tarantula. Feeling stuck in a situation that it feels like some kind of entrapment, or you feel trapped by, or you feel compelled by. Definitely some karmic forces here is what I'm seeing. this feels like whoever this is for, or there might be a couple of people that resonate with this message. There's something karmic here that you're trying to work through, and it's not, it feels like it's a bit complicated, to be honest. Let me see what this Astro dice say. Virgo, 3rd house, Pluto. Yeah, Pluto always complicates things, doesn't it? And those plutonic relationships, they're not the easiest to always get out of. So Pluto in Virgo is about deeply analyzing things and taking time out from a situation, maybe to self-reflect and to really consult with your intuition. What do you really want, you know? And sometimes we do that and it doesn't give us answers to how to handle a particular situation. Sometimes we just have to go through the situation for whatever reason. That's not advice, by the way, for anyone. I'm just saying. So I can't give advice based on individual situations. As I said, this is a general reading. But if you do have a love situation that's very complicated and you want more insight, just, I've got the link below to book a reading if you'd like to, you know, go deeper into your person's chart, your chart, the relationship and all that stuff, because this is some complicated stuff going on here with Pluto, Virgo, 3rd house. There's a lot of stuff going on mentally with this situation that could be draining you. You could be overthinking a relationship, over-analyzing a relationship. Could be someone that, you know, was a friend, or there's a friendship connection with as well here, or it could even be a deception in a friendship for some. Or something that just needs to come to light, and it will come to light most likely in September is what I'm saying. All right, so that was the reading for the month ahead, guys. Thank you so much. As I said, if you'd like to book a reading, the link is below, and I'll be back next month of October with the forecast and pick a card for October. Thanks, guys. Bye.